Oh, well, hello there, and welcome to the fireplace of the dollhouse. I've been waiting for you to return. Why? So we can read us another Grimm's complete fairy tales. That's right, that's another Grimm's fairy tales. But before we do that, before we dive in, we gotta set the mood straight. If you haven't been here before, what's that mean? We get the lights out, right? We have that fire crackling element going. And we play us a little bit of blues harp. That's right, a little crossharp. And tonight we got the Johnston Blues in B. Got a little bit of rattle on some of the breeds, but hey, that's all right. It's a Chinese special. That's what they're known for. A little bit of rattle on the reeds. Yeah, if and you were curious. Oh, all over the place. Wasn't too melodic, but hey, we can't always be good when we don't practice, right? In any event, it's not why we're here, is it? We're here to get in on the read, aren't we? So let's get in on the read. And what are we reading tonight, you may be wondering? Well, let me find out here. The Boots of Buffalo Leather. All right, hey, let's see what this one's about. A soldier who is afraid of nothing troubles himself about nothing. One of this kind had received his discharge, and as he had learnt no trade and could earn nothing, he travelled about and begged alms of kind people. He had an old waterproof on his back and a pair of riding boots of buffalo leather, which were still left to him. One day he was walking, he knew not where, straight out into the open country, and at length came to a forest. He did not know where he was, but saw sitting on the trunk of a tree, which had been cut down, a man who was well dressed and wore a green shooting coat. The soldier shook hands with him and sat down on the grass by his side, and stretched out his legs. I see you have good boots, which are well blacked, said he to the huntsman. But if you had to travel about as I have, well, they would not last long. Look at mine, they are of a buffalo leather, and have been worn for a long time, but in them I can go through thick and thin. After a while, the soldier got up and said, I could stay no longer. Hunger drives me onwards. But, brother Brat Boots, where does the road lead to? I don't know that myself, answered the huntsman. I have lost my way in the forest. And then you are in the same plight as I, said the soldier. Birds of a feather flock together. Let us remain together and seek our way. The huntsman smiled a little, and they walked on further and further, until night fell. We do not get out of the forest, said the soldier, but there in the distance I see a light shining, which will help us to something to eat. They found a stone house, knocked at the door, and an old woman opened it. We are looking for quarters for the night, said the soldier, and some lining for our stomachs, for mine is as empty as an old knapsack. You cannot stay here, answered the old woman. This is a robber's house, and you would do wisely to get away before they come home, or you will be lost. It won't be so bad as that, answered the soldier. I have not had a mouthful for 2 days, and whether I am murdered here or die of hunger in the forest is all the same to me. I shall go in. The huntsman would not follow, but the soldier drew him in by his sleeve. Come, my dear brother, we shall not come to an end so quickly as that. The old woman had pity on him and said, Creep in here behind the stove, and if they leave anything, I will give it to you on the sly when they are asleep. Scarcely were they in the corner before 12 robbers came bursting in and seated themselves at the table, which was already laid, and vehemently demanded some food. An old woman brought in some great dishes of roast meat, and the robbers enjoyed that thoroughly. When the smell of the food reached the nostrils of the soldier, he said to the huntsman, "I cannot hold out any longer. I shall seat myself at the table and eat with them." "You will bring us to destruction," said the huntsman, and held him back by the arm. But the soldier began to cough loudly. When the robbers heard that, they threw away their knives and forks and leapt up and discovered the two who were behind the stove. "Aha, gentlemen, are you in the corner?" cried they. What are you doing here? Have you been sent as spies? Wait a while and you should learn how to fly on a dry bough." "But do be civil," said the soldier. "I'm hungry. Give me something to eat, and then you can do what you like with me." The robbers were astonished, and the captain said, "I see that you have no fear. Well, you shall have some food, but after that you will die." "We shall see," said the soldier, and seated himself at the table, and began to cut away valiantly at the roast meat. "Brother Bright Boots, come and eat," cried he to the huntsman. "You must be as hungry as I am, and cannot have better roast meat at home." But the huntsman would not eat. The robbers looked to the soldier in astonishment and said, "That rascal uses no ceremony." After a while he says, "I have had enough food, now get me something good to drink." The captain was in the mood to humor him in this also, and called to the old woman, "Bring a bottle out of the cellar, it might be of the best." And the soldier drew the cork out with a loud noise, and then went with the bottle to the huntsman and said, "Pay attention, brother, and you shall see something that will surprise you. I am now going to drink the health of the whole clan." Then he brandished the bottle over the heads of the robbers and cried, "Long life to you all, but with your mouths open and your right hands lifted up." And then he drank a hearty draught. Scarcely were the words said than they all sat motionless, as if made of stone, and their mouths open and their right hands stretched up in the air. The huntsman said to the soldier, "I see you are acquainted with tricks of another kind. But now come and let us go home." "Ho, ho, my dear brother, but that would be marching away far too soon. We have conquered the enemy and must first take the booty. Those men there are sitting fast and are opening their mouths with astonishment, but they will not be allowed to move until I permit them. Come, eat and drink." The old woman had to bring another bottle of the best wine, and the soldier would not stir until he had eaten enough to last for 3 days. At last, when day came, he said, "Now it is time to strike our tents, and that our march may be a short one. The old woman shall show us the nearest way to town." When they had arrived there, he went to his old comrades and says, "Out in the forest I have found a nest full of gallows. Birds, come with me and we will take it." The soldier led them and said to the huntsman, "You must go back again with me and see how they shake when they seize them by the feet." He placed the men round about the robbers, and then he took the bottle, drank a mouthful, brandished it above them, and cried, "Live again!" Instantly they all regained the power of movement, but were thrown down and bound hand and foot with cords. And then the soldier ordered them to be thrown into a cart as if they had been so many sacks, and said, "Now drive them straight to prison." The huntsman, however, took one of the men aside and gave him another commission besides. "Brother Bright Boots," said the soldier, "we have safely routed the enemy and been well fed. Now we will quietly walk behind them as if we were stragglers." When they approached the town, the soldier saw a crowd of people pouring through the gate of the town who were raising loud cries of joy and waving green boughs in the air. And then he saw the entire bodyguard was coming up. "What can this mean?" he said to the huntsman. "Do you not know," he replied, "that the king has for a long time been absent from this kingdom, and that today he is returning and everyone is going to meet him?" "But where is the king?" said the soldier. "I do not see him." "Here he is," answered the huntsman. "I am the king and have announced my arrival." Then he opened his hunting coat and his royal garments were visible. The soldier was alarmed and fell to his knees and begged him to forgive him for having in his ignorance treated him as an equal and spoke to him by such a name. But the king shook hands with him and says, "You are a brave soldier and have saved my life, and you shall never again be in want, and I will take care of you. And if ever you would like to eat a piece of roast meat as good as that in the robber's house, come to the royal kitchen. But if you would drink a health, you must first ask my permission." And that has been The Boots of Buffalo Leather from Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. That's right. I was about to say another book I read quite often, but that wasn't the one. It was this one, the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. I say I like that particular fairy tale. I don't know about you. I mean, the read I did wasn't the best, but the tale, it was pretty good. I hope you liked it too. All right, so now that I've done that, hey, I got an affiliate link in the description for this particular book, assuming I don't tear the cover trying to show it to you again. So yeah, go pick you up a copy if you're interested. Help support the channel and anyone who might have done the translation down from High German. That's right. Hey, in an event, let's take us out with a little bit more Johnston blues in B. Hopefully a little more melodic this time. Not much better, was it? Oh well, maybe on the next turn, alright? Go get you some buffalo boots of leather, that's right. It's a buffalo leather boots or some such. Any event, hey, enough screwing around, let's get back to your day and such. So with that, I'm gonna say, kisses to your missus and a tip of my hat to your old cat. You come on back again now, you hear? You understand? I hope you do. You better. Because we're going to have us some fun then, aren't we then? That's right. Okay, take care of yourselves again. Night night.